Hey everyone, welcome to 2.2. Here are some things you can do to help you with differentiation and derivatives. Remember, it's dangerous to go alone. Take these rules with you to help you out. The first one is the constant rule. The derivative of a constant function is 0. That is, if c is a real number, then the derivative of c is 0. So here's some examples of what that might look like. Y equals 7. The derivative is 0. F of x equals 0. F prime of x equals 0. S of t equals -3. S prime of t equals 0. Y equals k pi squared, where k is a constant. It's not a variable, it's a constant. Y prime is 0. The next one, power rule. If n is a rational number, then the function f of x equals x to the n is differentiable, and d over dx, the derivative with respect to x of x to the n, is n x to the n minus 1. However, for f to be differentiable at x equals 0, n must be a number such that x to the n minus 1 is defined on an interval containing 0. We'll get through some examples here in just a little bit. Let's just get through all of these rules. The constant multiple rule. If f is a differentiable function and c is a real number, then cf is also differentiable, and the derivative with respect to x of c f of x equals c f prime of x. This is going to come in handy because if you can factor something out of a function, you can leave it out. It makes it a lot easier to find the differential equation or to find your f prime. The sum and difference rules. The derivative of the sum or difference of two differentiable equations or functions is differentiable and is the sum or difference of their derivatives. So d over dx, or the derivative with respect to x of f, and that's not a prime, it's a mistake, f of x plus or minus g of x is going to be the same as f prime of x plus g prime of x. So if you have to find the derivative of both of these parts, you can do just one, just the other, and then add them together at the end. And there's a bonus. The bonus is here. The derivatives of sine and cosine functions. The derivative of sine is cosine. The derivative of cosine is negative sine. And now, some double bonus. Average velocity, I think you know how to find that. Average velocity, change in s over change in t, which is change in distance over change in time. Velocity function is the limit as change in time goes to 0 of s of t plus delta t minus s of t, all divided by delta t. Nothing really special there. That is the same as s prime of t. You say, well, what's s prime of t? What's all that mean? That is really the position function. Position function, 1/2 gravity times squared plus initial velocity plus initial height. So if you remember all that, G stands for gravity. The T's are time, or times, but it should only be at one time. You're not going to be able to put in different times. The V sub 0 is velocity initially. Right, so if you throw something off of a cliff, off of a building, it's got an initial velocity. If you just drop it, then initial velocity is 0. And S sub 0 is the initial height. Alright, there you go. That is all of the notes that you need to take. Now we're going to go through and do some examples on the next video.